Hello, everyone. Welcome to KoMoN Underground. I promised you a first episode, so here we go. Now, I know I said I wasn't real political, but I did say I do want to talk about stuff going on in the world today and what's bigger than the elections. So, I did watch the Trump rally in New York. It was like 6.5 hours long, which was absolutely insane. A couple takeaways that I got from it specifically, again, I don't live in the United States. I've been living overseas currently for about 5 years now. And I did live overseas for a longer period of time, 9 years in Germany and 4 years in Italy in the past. So I am on both sides of the world in my thoughts and how I think, looking from a third person's point of view, from outside looking in. I see everything a little bit differently than you guys do, and I get it. You guys are actually physically living through the struggle and living through the politics and living through the bullshit day in and day out of all the stuff that are dividing you all and bringing you together probably as well. So one of the big takeaways I have from that New York rally was there wasn't much talk about veterans. Tulsi Gabbard had a little shining moment there. She's a huge star. I didn't really realize it until I seen her take the stage. Like, people went crazy for her. And she is a veteran. She's a three-time war combat veteran. And she's been in about 20, 21 years and a lieutenant colonel in the Army. So I really expected her to say a little bit more about what Donald Trump's plan, if he does take office, what his plan would be to help the veterans, the homeless veterans, help fix the VA. Because it's not specifically totally a broken system, but there's a lot of things that they can do to change it. And I was hoping that I would hear more about that. Another thing, that being said, I mentioned it was like 6.5 hours. It was like almost the same exact thing over and over and over again. Like, there's only so much people could say, and they had so many people on there talking about Donald Trump, and I was like, well, no one really said anything different. It was just the constant same jargon of he's a hero. He pumped his fist in the air and said fight, 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 and he's gonna make America great again. And the one thing that I had to say about it, the worst thing is, like, I felt sorry for Kamala Harris, because not because like I'm a big fan of hers, but just as a human being, like, she was stomped in the ground for like 6+ hours, and that blew me away. I was like, this poor lady's at home right now with a freaking with a knife probably to her wrist. I mean, it was horrible. I never heard someone get roasted for that long, like that long period of time. It was insane. And then again, I'm sure she doesn't care, and I'm sure that she's probably used to it, but it's pretty brutal. Like, I would never want to be a politician only because I'm so weak and sensitive. You know what I'm saying? No, but seriously, it was horrible. Another thing is, I have to give the people of New York a lot of credit, because I was watching it. Like I said, I kind of watched it all the way through because I had nothing to do for 6 hours because I'm retired. Uh, Everyone stood there for that long period of time, like standing up. I was like, Jesus Christ, I can't even stand for more than an hour without snacking. Like, they didn't have like uh, a bar where like waiters come and serve them peanuts and drinks and stuff like that. Like, they were just all standing there for that long. So I imagine like it probably took about an hour to get in, maybe more. And then even after it ended, I'm sure it took like another hour to get out. So we're talking about almost 9 hours of being on your feet. So that takes a lot of commitment. So shout out to the MAGA fans, because I wouldn't have done it. About 2 hours in, after hearing the exact same story over and over again from everybody, and they didn't have any entertainment. Like, if I heard 50 Cent was offered 3 million, I'm just paraphrasing. I believe it was 3 million to perform there. He was supposed to perform Many Men, but then he decided not to because he doesn't want to get into politics. I would have been excited to see 50 Cent perform Many Men. That would have been worth standing for. But they didn't have any entertainment. And I'll be honest with you, the music, the catalog for that entire rally was horrible. They had the who was it? I think he was the guy who created Death Row Records, or something like that. He was like the founder of Death Row Records. He did like 33 years in prison. And the reason he was there was because apparently Donald Trump commuted his sentence and he got out because of Donald Trump, but he came out to like country music. I'm like, the least they could have did was have him come out to some Tupac or Dr. Dre. They had him come out on stage to country music. So I think that whoever was the DJ there kind of messed it up for me personally, because I like country music, but I'm more along the lines of like Chris Stapleton country music, not Taylor Swift, or I don't even know if that's country or pop, but I'm not into it. So that's my take on that. And in terms of the presidency, listen, I get it. It's like a real touchy subject, and people have their sides, and they're stuck on whatever side they believe in. You know, if you're blue, that's what's true. If you're red, then you know what I'm saying. You're gonna do it until you're dead. It's like that's what you believe in, and you're gonna fight and argue. That's that. But being realistic about it, it's 4 years. Even if Donald Trump wins, it's 4 years. Like specifically, one of the biggest things I know, I'm Mexican. My father was born in Mexico. He was an illegal immigrant. My uncle's illegal immigrants. I'm on that side. Like I understand that side. But if you really think that he's going to be able to deport every illegal migrant during his time, first of all, you know how many ICE people he's got to hire? You know how much money it's going to cost? It's going to be millions of dollars and crazy amount of time to get that many people out of America. So that being said, I mean the chances of that going over the way he says it is, like I'm on the first day one, I'm sending them back. Chances are that's gonna take years, and he won't finish it throughout his 4 years, given the fact that there's a million other things he's got to do. So that's not so much something I would harp on or stress about, because again, 4 years isn't long at all. Because you got to understand that a lot of the time that he is going to be sitting in the presidency, he's not going to be just doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be real busy. There's going to be a million things going on. So that's what I have to say about that. And in terms of World War III, everyone talks about World War III. If he gets elected or she gets elected, there's going to be a World War III. First of all, they don't have that much power. Second of all, only Congress can say there's going to be a war. Third of all, saying a world war means that every country's got to be down for a war. That being said, Germany can't go to war right now. France can't go to war right now. The UK can't go to war right now. Italy can't go to war right now. Romania, I live here, they're not ready for war. I promise you that. So, I mean, anything that does happen in terms of escalation towards NATO bases and NATO countries from Russia or North Korea or from anywhere, from Hezbollah or anywhere in the world, chances are it's going to be fixed diplomatically. They're going to come up with a solution to fix the problem. It's going to be money, it's going to be fines, it's going to be tariffs, things like that of that nature. As for actually boots on ground, I'm telling you right now, that's not going to happen. If we wanted a boots on ground situation, we would already be in Israel, boots on ground. We would already been in Ukraine, boots on ground. We're not doing it. Yes, we do have war. We use proxy, set it up so that people fight our wars for us, which is a smart way to do it. But as for World War III, not going to happen. It's not going to happen now. It's probably never going to happen in our lifetime. Our lifetime. I don't know about our kids. In terms of nuclear war, too much backlash for any person that drops a nuke. If you drop a nuke right now, I mean, you're literally signing a death sentence for your own country, for yourself. And they already know that, so I wouldn't worry about that either. So, yeah, enough of the politics stuff like that. I do want to give an honorable mention to the graffiti artist of the day. My favorite graffiti artist of the day. His name is Oustem. I hit him up. I'm going to try to see if I can get an interview with him. I'm going to put some photos that I've seen of his here for you guys to see. So, graffiti artist of the day, Oustem. I know he has another name, and it's like 26 letters, and he snaps. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop some photos of Oustem. Big ups to you. That's another thing. I will be presenting my graffiti artist of the day honorable mentions, and again talk about world news, world politics. I also said that I was gonna let you guys know about books. I currently have a book in the UK right now being published called An Army Story. I sent out some free copies to friends and family. Just, you should do that. Let people read your stuff and give you feedback. I got real positive feedback, real good love and support. So I ended up sending it to get professionally published. And they actually have ties to Netflix. So if everything goes right, the book is right, and I will probably have to edit some things because I curse a lot. But if it all goes right, I might have a Netflix deal. Pray, say a prayer with me. That's all we need. And I'm also working on a serial killer book right now. It's almost 50% done, but it's wild. It's nuts. It's from my psychopath mind, and you guys will enjoy it. As soon as that first draft is done, I will be sending it out to some folks so you guys give it a fresh read, send feedback. I do listen to feedback. I do like criticism. I'm not afraid of criticism. So whatever you have to say, if you like it, tell me you like it. If you hate it, tell me you hate it. Tell me why. So I will change it based on a lot of feedback. Like if everyone says, "Hey, that guy's an idiot," then I'm gonna smarten him up a little bit. All right. So that's what I got there. Listen, these blogs are not going to be long. I don't want to. I'm not Joe Rogan. I don't even like to talk that much. I don't have a tea on me right now, so my throat's kind of dry. So hit me up if you have any ideas, any comments, anything you want to see, anything you're interested in, anything you want to know about, especially about Romania or just living overseas. I'll tell you this much. I think the US dollar is worth, I think it's like $4.50 something cents right now here in Romania, which is insane, absolutely insane. Things are a lot cheaper here. The cost of living is insanely cheaper. It's a good way to live your life in a insanely beautiful place to retire. So I do recommend anyone who's looking for a travel idea for the future, even for the summer, because we got a beautiful beach on the Black Sea. Um, Anybody interested in coming to Romania, the tickets are pretty cheap. My brother Johnny Soto, he flew here last March. I think he got a round trip ticket for almost $500. So, I mean, yeah, that's amazing. And it's on the other side of the world. So, if you want to know more about Romania, hit the comment box, ask me any question. When I get on here, I'll let you know. Like I said, these are going to be short, sweet, to the point. Whatever you think about Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, I'm fine. You can ask me. I'm just going to say right now, I don't think Kamala Harris is an idiot. I don't think she's stupid. She was a prosecutor. I don't even care that she was like the DA, right? I don't even care if she even had any cases. Just to do that and to get that position and to be there, you have to be smart. You have to be smart. You have to have knowledge of something. I just think she's not a good speaker. I just think that she sucks speaking in public. I think that she's naturally a nervous person. You can kind of see it. I don't think that she's actually lying. I think that she has to follow a script, and it looks like she's lying because her body, her subconscious doesn't want her to lie. So you kind of see it on her. And that's what I think it is. I don't think she's saying what she's saying because she truly feels it. I do believe she's following a script. And I do believe Donald Trump is not following a script. And that's what's hurting him in a lot of cases. Like that debate he did with her. Had he had a team that helped him work on his debate techniques and talking points, he would have did a lot better. But that's just the two. One of them is not a good speaker, not a good orator, and the other one is just off the hip. And he's kind of like a comedian, so people like to tune in and draw to whatever he says because he's actually pretty funny. But are they both good presidential candidates? Personally, I would have chosen maybe Dan Crenshaw. I do like Tulsi Gabbard, but I don't think we'll ever have a veteran, combat veteran president. I don't think that the triple letter agencies would want that. I don't think any general uh, or admiral would want to have a combat veteran president, only because they don't want to be undermined. It'll be a lot harder to bullshit a combat veteran president. And that's just my opinion. I've never heard that from anyone. Like I said, I served 17 years in the Army. I am a combat veteran of Afghanistan. And I've sat in cars with a lot of generals. I used to do PSD, protective security driving. I drove generals around all the time. I drove full board colonels around all the time. So I've heard a lot of conversations and I kind of know a little bit about those kind of things. That being said, I'm not a know-it-all on everything when it comes to the military. Nobody really is. It's what you do, it's what you know. And if I didn't do certain things, then I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Um, People always ask me about UFOs. Personally, never had a situation in the military where saying, "Hey, well, Hernandez, you see that report about the UFOs?" I never been in that situation. I never worked in an area like that. I did work in an area kind of like that. I'm not gonna lie, and I did see a UFO book before, never opened it. Not going to go into detail, but I will say I have seen a UFO in Italy. And the next vlog, when we talk about that, maybe tomorrow for Halloween, I want to do a paranormal episode for you guys, tell you guys some scary stories, some that I experienced when I lived in Chicago on 17th and Wood. That being said, I am from Pilsen, so for all you Pilsen artists out there, hit me up. Let's talk. I love to do some interviews with you all. All right, well, that's all I got, man. I think we're about 15 minutes, and that's kind of what I want. If you guys enjoyed this blog, if you enjoyed this conversation, let me know. Anytime you guys want to talk, I am available. And like I said, hit me up for interviews. I'm willing to talk to anyone out there. Take care. KoMoN Underground. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Make sure you